because we are going in with our joy song, which is our new series. Yes, good day, Nan. It's good to see you. Gladys, yes, y'all. Vanessa, yes, my congregation of joy. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Vanessa, do you remember when we was in church and whenever you had to like leave the sanctuary, you had to go like this and like, remember that? Like all of a sudden when you put your finger up, you turn invisible and nobody can see you. Oh my goodness. I have been going down memory lane, David. I've been going down memory lane. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, good hump day to you too. All right, y'all. So let's get it going. Yes, we would tip out, Vanessa. We would tip out. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. All right, y'all. So, good day. And welcome to Morning Sip with revmelissa. I am revmelissa, and I am thrilled to be with you all today. This is Morning Sip, and SIP stands for Spirit and Practice. And today we are practicing with some joy songs. So yesterday we kicked it off, Stacy. We kicked it off with woke up this morning with my mind stayed on. What were you keeping your mind stayed on? When y'all woke up this morning, did that come to mind? I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on joy. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on abundance. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on confidence. What did you wake up with your mind stayed on today? Right? And that was the invitation, right? The invitation was, what are you keeping your mind stayed on? And we have to do that throughout the day, because you just don't keep your mind won't stay. Your mind won't stay. Your mind will go wandering off somewhere. Yes? Oh, yes, it will. So we have to gently bring it back to our God center, where we are rooted. Yes, like a tree by the water. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's another good song. So today we're going to journey into another song, another joy song that I was raised up in. Yes, yes. And this one is something for me. This one is, we come this far by faith. We come this far by faith. Who knows that one? I mentioned this one. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I woke up to that song and I played the Donnie McKirkin version. We come this far by faith. I just want to read some of the lyrics. We come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word. He never failed us yet. Singing, oh, 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 can't turn around, can't turn around. We come this far by faith. Oh, yes, you remember that, Vanessa? Yes, that was a good one. We would get up and do our praise and worship during testimonies time, and somebody would get up and say that song. They would start singing that song. And another verse I just want to read to you all. Don't be discouraged. When trouble comes your way, he bears all your burdens and turns all your nights into days. Sometimes we just know the chorus, but those verses, we got to get into those verses, yes? Turn your nights into day. Don't be troubled, y'all. Don't be troubled. So this is where we're going today. This song is going to guide us today, right? Do you have something troubling going on? Yes, yes, Vanessa, we would march to that one. We would march to that one. Yes, Gladys, one of your favorite ones too. Yes, we would go get in line with it. Oh, yes, I could just hear it and see it in my mind right now. So are you troubled? Are you troubled? For many of us, look, 2020 was a troubling year for many, 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 many people. Yes. And for some, that troubling has come into 2021. But what is this song telling us? That we are still here. We've come this far by faith. leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word, Lenora. He never failed. He never failed me yet, right? Never. You think of one time. I want somebody to put in the comments right now, just one time, just one, that God failed you, that spirit failed you, that love failed you. Just one time. Because what I know is that God has never failed me. And I can't get turned around. I can't get turned around. And you know what? If I do get turned around, guess what? God is still with me. God is still with me. Yes? So I want to share something with y'all today. And I had so many things. I had so many things this morning, y'all, and I had to narrow it down. Because this song right here for me can be a whole week series. I had to, and it was hard. It was hard. So I want to read something from the sacred text, the Bible, first. And this is from James, the first chapter, verses 2 through 4. And it says, consider it pure joy. Consider it pure joy, my brothers. And I'm going to throw it in there, and my sisters. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and my sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Not lacking anything. It opens, consider it pure joy. When we're going through our trials and tribulations, let's not forget that joy is still there, right? That joy comes. There's a song that says joy comes in the morning. There's a verse that says joy comes in the morning. Joy comes, right? Whatever that quality of God that I did the roll call in yesterday for you, that comes, that quality of God comes, right? So we don't give up. We don't lose faith, right? Because our trials and tribulations are giving us the opportunity to mature, right? To grow up, to develop in the spirit that we are. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So instead of us complaining about our struggles, because some of us like to complain about our struggles too. Oh, girl, let me tell you what happened this time, right? And then we go in chapter and verse, every single little thing that happened wrong, right? There's an opportunity for us to make a choice and to focus on knowing that God has never failed me yet. Never. So as I go through this trial and tribulation, I could keep that in the forefront of my mind. God pulled me through that last time. What had happened. And guess what? God will pull me through this time too, because I have faith that I will persevere. And so we have to be patient with ourselves, right? Sometimes we want to hurry ourselves up, right? To just get through it. There is something called divine timing, divine right order. And that divine right order is always on time. You can't rush through divine timing. You can't. You can't push it through. You have to be patient. Patient with yourself, because there is something that trial and tribulation has planted a seed within you that is seeking to grow and to flourish through you and to come out as a new thing. You're stepping into newness. Yes? We go from the unknown into the newness. Yes? So consider it joy. Consider it joy. Yes. Is it painful? Yes. Does it hurt? Yes. Am I upset? Yes. All of those emotions are there. However, we can be rooted in knowing that God has never failed us yet, ever. I don't see not one comment in there yet that tells me that God has failed you. Oh, Nan, I see you, girl. She said, to be very honest here, I do feel that God failed me many times. That's why I have trouble with the whole idea of God. I prefer to think about spirit or the universe or energy or infinite intelligence. Oh, yes, Nan. I often say, call it capital I, capital T, whatever it is that you want to call it, because many of us have wounds, many of us have church wounds, especially. And so some words for us can trigger, right? Jesus can be a trigger. God could be a trigger. So whatever it is that you need for yourself, apply it to yourself like a balm of comfort. Yes. So my word just happens to be God, right? But if your word is universal energy, if it's creator, if it's source, whatever it is, claim that for yourself, right? Like I said, all paths lead to the same thing. All paths. So it doesn't matter what we call it. All paths are leading us to the same thing. So, Nan, the universe has not failed you, love. The universe has not failed you. The creator has not failed you, has not failed any of us, has not failed any of us, right? So it's just an invitation, Nan. And whomever else is feeling this way, it's just an invitation to find what works for you, to find what feels good to you, and to connect with that. Yes? To connect with spirit or universe or energy or infinite intelligence. If that is what you consider joy, oh, girl, go for it. Go for it. But let's not get caught up on words. Yes? Yeah, because that causes a block. Yeah? And so we need to get past the block. Yeah? Let's get past the block and look to the divineness that is greeting us at every turn. At every turn. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Nan, for being so honest, girl, and being vulnerable and putting your stuff out there, because there are many of us that feel the same way, right? So we're all here, all in this together, in the oneness. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, Linda uses divine or great spirit. Ah, all works. Guess what? Spirit don't care what we call it. We could call, the little girl said Howard. Her name for spirit is Howard. She said, Our Father who art in heaven, Howard be thy name. So for her, Howard is the name. And it's all good. It's all good. It's the feeling, right? It's the connection, right? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right. All right. Thank you. So we come this far by faith, leaning on spirit. Hey, leaning on the divine. Yes, it still works. It still works. It don't matter what name you plant in there, it still works. Yes, it does. So we count it all joy, knowing that we will make it through. That we will make it through. Yes, Nan, I see you, girl. He never failed me yet. But it's all right, girl. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're going to take a deep breath right now. And we're just going to allow ourselves to be in the possibility, to be in the possibility that all things are working together for my highest good. all things. The things that we label bad, the things that we label a failure, the things that we label heartbreak, the things that we label whatever it is, the things that we label good and very good, as an opportunity, as the possibility for that which is seeking to grow and know us even more, even more is happening, right? It's happening. But there has to be a willingness, right? Spirit doesn't force anything upon us, right? We choose to be an open vessel or we choose to be a closed vessel. The choice is ours. The choice is ours. Yes? All right. All right. All right. Oh, no, no, no. No need to say sorry. It's nothing. There's no sorry. Sorries are no way, no how necessary or needed at all. Because you know why, Nan? Because you're not in this alone, girl. You're not in this alone. It takes patience. Let's be patient with ourselves. We're learning, we're growing in our knowingness. We're learning and growing more about ourselves. So there's nothing to be sorry about. It is perfect. It really is. It really is. So, oh, and what's the next thing I was about to say? Let patience have her perfect work. Let patience have her perfect work. And I want to read this because this is in that same verse, but I want to read the King James Version. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, I can't find it. I'm just going to go by what I wrote down. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entirely wanting in nothing. So there's a call for patience here, right? There's a call for patience with ourselves, to be gentle with ourselves. Yes, as we go through this journey called life. And so as we are patient with ourselves, we become more and more and more and more in the knowingness of who we are. Yes, sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. Most things don't. Trees don't just all of a sudden become a tree, right? It starts from a seed. Yes. So it takes as long as it takes. Because what does it say? Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Right? So some of us are in our what's that word? Maturation? Ah, whatever it is. Some of us are still maturing in our faith, right? We're still maturing in our faith, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. All right, y'all. So the song says, it never failed me yet. Trusting in his holy word. Can't turn around now. Can't turn around now. So wherever you are right now, you cannot turn around now because you're headed in the right direction. And what direction do I say is the right direction? The inner direction. Go in. Go in and connect with the patience that's living within you, with the love that's living within you, with the faith that is living within you. Go there now, repeatedly. Yes, because that's what we're keeping our mind focused on, right? We woke up this morning with our mind focused on oneness, focused on love. And that is what we have our faith in. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I want to share one other thing. with you all. And this is from 365 Days of Richer Living. And this is from day February 4th. I have faith that within me is the presence of spirit as pure mind. I have faith that this inner Christ consciousness is now victorious over all the problems facing me this day and this week. I let go of all human will. I believe that God has prepared me increased good in every department of my life. I accept this good and rejoice in it. I am victorious, undaunted. I go forth to handle the affairs of my life with wisdom and love. Nothing can stop the action of spirit. Nothing can stop the action of spirit from taking place in my experience. For I love the divine and know its inner presence. I am poised, confident, and sure, for I am established in unlimited good. This is the truth, and I declare it. So we are being victorious. I am victorious and undaunted. Let's be undaunted by our trials and tribulations. Let's be undaunted by our problems, right? Because we stay in the faith. We are staying in the faith. We're not being turned around. Just like the song says, don't be discouraged when trouble comes your way. He bared all your burdens and turned all your nights into day. Why? Because we've come this far, y'all. We've come this far by faith, leaning on the universal energy, leaning on intelligent mind. We've come this far, and guess what? It's not leaving us. Never, ever. Guess what? It can't. It can't. It can't. It's not possible. So let's lean into that. Have patience with ourselves. Love on ourselves. Yes. Yes, Wayne. Stay on target. Yes. Stay on target. Don't get turned around because love has you in its sight. You are love's target. You are the source's target. And it is beaming. It is beaming on you, in you, as you, and through you. So let's welcome it in. Let's welcome it in. All right, y'all. So I think we need some homework. Yeah, I think we need some homework. So yesterday's homework and this homework is continuing. You don't do it just one time, right? So yesterday's homework was, what are you keeping your mind stayed on, right? And we wake up, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on. So we're keeping that going every day throughout the day. When you find yourself going someplace else, gently bring it back. Nope, I'm keeping my mind stayed on peace. I'm keeping my mind stayed on patience. I'm keeping my mind stayed on being gentle with myself today. I'm keeping my mind stayed on healing. So whatever it is, just call that forth throughout the day as often as you need it. And then today, we're adding on to that. We come this far by faith. So if you have an issue, a challenge, a problem, whatever it is that you want to call it, a dis-ease, whatever it is, call it forth and place it in the hands of faith. Say, faith, I turn this over to you right now. And as often as you need to, turn it over. Turn it over. Something else is coming. I'm going to turn it over because I am persevering. I know that there is something here for me. Otherwise, I would not be having this experience. So I greet it with the knowingness of this now. I I engage it as if it's over right now, as I'm going through it. So the invitation is to turn our troubles over to faith. Turn it all over. You don't have to keep any for yourself. We could let it all go now. Yes. Why? How? Through faith, patience, perseverance, love, gentleness, and whatever your quality of God is that you are embracing, embodying for yourself in 2021. Let's use it. Let's use it. It's not there just for fun. It's there to be used. All right? All right, y'all. All right. And so let me just say right here that if you need additional support, because morning sip is a sip. It's just a sip, y'all. Right? So if you need support, please reach out to me. DM me and we can set up some time to talk. I am here to be of service. I am here to be of service. All right, y'all. All right. So at the end of today's morning sip, just like we did yesterday, we're going to play the song, We Come This Far by Faith. I invite you to stay, go within. You can close your eyes. You could engage it like a meditation because it's a beautiful song, right? And we could just turn it all over to spirit. All right, y'all. And then I just want to give a shout out. If you want to support my ministry of joy, you can do so through my joy line. I have Sip Joy mugs. Look at that. Sip Joy mugs. And thank you, producer. And Connect to Your Yes and Live Life in Joy shirts, long sleeve and short, because it's getting warm now. So folks want short sleeve now. And then there's my beloved Nan and her Joy socks. Yes, yes, yes. So please check out my Etsy store at I Am revmelissa, and you can make your purchases there and support the ministry of joy. I so appreciate that. And then before I bring on Sekou Wrights, who got a word to share with us today, I just want to remind everyone that New Thought Media Network is an amazing platform that is sharing such inspiring, positive programming. So please support New Thought Media Network. You can go to their website at ntmedia.org and just click on donate and give what feels good to you there. All right, y'all. So Sekou, what's going on? What's going on? Bring me a word.
What's up?
Hey.
That's a big intro. You made me nervous. That's a big intro. So I don't really have a whole lot to say, but there were some comments in the chat I wanted to respond to. I really love what Lindsay said about if you're looking at the shadow. I'm paraphrasing. If you look at the shadow, the light is behind you. That's what
yes.
Because that means that the two are connected. Without the shadow, you can't have the light, and without the light, you can't have the shadow. And I also want to say that your comments today reminded me of a story. There were a group of scientists that created a biosphere a few years ago in Arizona, and it was a perfect replica of the world, right? There's grass and trees and sunshine and all of that. And at some point, the trees would fall over. It just kept falling, and that wasn't the intention. They were supposed to grow up and keep going, right? They couldn't figure out why, and they kept experimenting and experimenting. And ultimately, it took a while. They figured out that there was no wind. No wind. Why is that important? Because the wind is agitation, and that agitation against the trees would force the trees to grow deeper roots. So they needed the wind in order to grow deeper roots, in order to get stronger. They needed the resistance in order to grow. And that really spoke to me in terms of what we just talked about today, because in real life terms, don't nobody want no wind. We want a gentle breeze, but don't nobody want no wind in real life, right? You don't want to be broken up with. You don't want to be in a car accident. You don't want those things that you think of as failures. but those things are making you stronger.
Yeah.
You can't see the roots getting bigger and stronger. And that's why we think that nothing's happening. We can't see it, but it is happening. Those roots are getting stronger. Our cells are getting stronger. And so we just have to remember that. So just circling back to the message of the day, it may feel like a failure. It may feel like things are going wrong, but internally you're getting stronger. And I'll end with this. I saw a little bit of Oprah in my morning practice this morning, and she was saying that you will need everything that happens to you in your life. Everything that has happened to you, everything that's going to happen to you, you're going to need all of that for your life. So you just have to figure out how. And just remember that the growth is happening within. The roots are getting stronger within. So hold on to that. I see the shout outs. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. I'm going to make me blush. All right.
Yes. And you know, something that I do, I sometimes I make it a game when I can get myself in that place. I make it a game. I think about something that was a challenge, that was really difficult for me. And then I see how it resolved, right? It resolved. And then when I find myself in that place again, I say, remember when this happened and it resolved. You came out stronger, right? So if we can remember that, and sometimes it's so hard to remember, that's why it's so important to have your purpose partners, your people who are on that frequency with you to remind you when you forget, right? When we get into that space of this always, no, baby, it don't always turn out bad. No, it doesn't. Remember that time? Remember that time. Yes. So we can't get turned around, because we come this far by faith. So thank you, Congregation of Joy, for your participation today. Thank you, Sekou Wrights, my purpose partner, producer, my brother. Thank you for sharing your word. I told you had a word today. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, remember your triumph story. We all have made it. We all have made it. Yes, we have, Lindsay. All right, y'all. So y'all have a wonderful day. Stay conscious to what you're keeping your mind focused on, and know that spirit has never failed you. So I'm going to share the song with you. Again, I invite you to stay and just listen to it. Take it into contemplation, meditation, or sing it if you know it. Sing it if you know it. Vanessa, you could get up and we could do a little march. We could do a little march to it together. How about that? So we come this far by faith. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.
trusted in his holy word. Oh yeah. For the Lord has never failed me. Oh no. That's why I can say, oh, Lord, they turn around.